soul is not able to, experience the liberation in life. So those aspects Baba has highlighted, and in very easy manner, Baba has uh, explained about the three stages: Trikaldarshi, Sakshi Drishta, and Drishtant Roop, that is, being an example, and how these three stages are interconnected. And once we understand these three stages, then we become follow Father. We automatically become equal to the Father, and how these three stages help us to remain liberated, bondage free, to cut the ropes of various bondages. And another two aspects Baba discussed is sweetness and humility. In Hindi, madhurta and namrata. And then what are the advantages, and how to remain away from the queue of various questions, and how to become Maya proof, free from the effect of Maya, how to transform our own self, and then in the process become the change agent for the world, world transformation, how to, be a victorious jewel. What are the bondages of mind, you know, in, uh, in addition to the bondages of the body and body relations, there are subtle ropes which bind, which make the mind in bondage. So how, what is the trick to be free from the mind bondages, and how this bandhan and sambandh, means bondages and relations, how they are interrelated. And so these are various aspects, very beautifully, wonderfully Baba has discussed and explained to we children. And this is a big Murli, so we'll divide this into two parts. Let's take up the first part today, till the blessings. Okay, so let's be seated on the stage of soul consciousness, the first chapter, the first lesson of being soul conscious. I am a soul incorporeal in nature, my original nature, incorporealness, seated in between the eyebrows, detached from the matter, from the five elements, from the body and bodily relations, listening to Bab Dada in this incorporeal stage through the spiritual language. So let's begin. 30th January 1979. Title of the Vakt Murlis: The Method to Attain Liberation is to be liberated from all bondage. Today, on seeing all his lovely, long lost, and now found lovely children, Bab Dada became very pleased. So, who are we? Let's keep making these pictures of these words: lovely, long lost, and now found loving children. Bab Dada became very pleased. So, see the expression on Bab Dada's face. He's pleased to see us. Just as Bab Dada comes from faraway countries to meet you children, so you children also come from faraway lands to meet the Father. We also have come from far away. We are now connected on this platform, Zoom platform, from so far away places, and we are now integrated as one divine family in front of Bab Dada to meet the Father. It is only once in the whole cycle or at the confluence age that this alaukic mela, that is meeting of the father and you children, can take place. If not now, then never. Ab nahi to kab nahi in Hindi. If not now, then never. Bab Dada was spatially looking at the spatial. So, what does this mean? This means we have to pay utmost attention at right now. Otherwise, it will never be there. Bab Dada was especially looking at the spatial inculcation of all of you children. You have been listening to others for many births, and that listening to others was through the sound and through these gross communication methods. But the speciality of this Brahmin life, of this spiritual life, of this spiritual meeting is that you become embodiments of divine virtues. So Bab Dada was looking at the results. Now Bab Dada is looking at the results to see whether each of you Brahmin children performs every action after first of all stabilizing in the Trikaldarshi stage. So here take a pause and see in between the eyebrows, I the incorporeal point of light, whether I am stabilized in the Trikaldarshi stage. The beginning, the middle, and the end are the three phases of time. They merged into now. To see whether you consider the three aspects of time, which means performing actions, knowing the beginning, the middle, and the end. That is the results of each action. Then, while performing each act, whether you are playing your part as a detached observer. So, first stage was the Kaldarshi. Then, next stage Baba is talking about is the detached observer, Sakshi Drishta. Let's again take a pause here. A moment of reflection while being in incorporeal stage. I, the point of star, point of light, I, the star, am detached from the body and therefore bodily relations, including the subtle relations. After having experienced this stage, see that we are playing our part as detached observer. Okay. Such actors become those whose forms are worshipped at the present and whose future forms are also worshipped and thereby become examples for many souls. So this is the third stage Baba is speaking about. After Trikaldarshi, experiencing the detached observer stage, now third stage is Drishtant Roop, or the being an example for many souls. That Swarup, that is worthy of worship Swarup. You first become Trikaldarshi and then a detached observer and then an example, a role model. What stage have you reached in each of these three stages? The question. So let's all reflect deep inside. What's the three stages and where am I? Are you following the Father as you saw him in the corporeal form? Are you with the Father? or you're lagging behind. What's my fear? What it is called as a the phase factor, or any act you perform after first of all becoming Trikaldarshi would never be sinful. That's the advantage of Trikaldarshi. All your acts would always be pure. When you don't become Trikaldarshi, the acts you perform are wasteful or sinful. Similarly, there are advantages for the detached observer as well as being sample. Similarly, the acts you perform as a detached observer will never bind you souls in any bondage of karma. Because the fruit of karma is elevated, you will have a relationship through karma, but not a bondage of karma. So there's a difference relationship and the bondage. So instead of having a bondage of karma, we will have a relationship with the karma for our own advantage. But when will it happen? It will happen when we are detached observer, Sakshi Drishta. Such detached, unique, and lovely souls who are detached observer become examples for many souls. They become role model, they become examples for many souls for their transformation. On seeing them, so what will happen when these other souls see the soul which is Trikaldarshi, detached observer and become example? Other souls will become karma yogis and become worthy of being worshipped in the future. So now Babdada is asking a question. Have you become like the Father in this way? These three stages Baba spoke about, the progressive stages. To forge all relationships with the Father means to become free from all bondages. So now when Baba spoke about relations, Babdada is speaking about has to be 100% relationships with the Father, all relationships. Sigma I is equal to 1 to infinity. All relations with the Father means to become free from all bondages. Automatically, all ropes of bondages will get cut. The easy way to put an end to all the many types of bondages of your many births is to have all relationships with the Father. If you are experiencing any type of bondage, it is because you do not have that relationship with the Father. The Baap Dada was looking at the results to see which bondages you still have even now. So I think we can take just 1 second here. And 1 second, let's reflect upon which are the ropes still. Let them be. They could be gross ropes, or they could also be the subtle ropes, which still the soul is entangled with even now. And with the stage of the Kaldarshi, Sakshi Drishta, and being an example, I'm cutting these with the 100% relationship with the Father. I'm cutting these left out ropes also. It means, Bhabdada says, the reason for bondage of the body is that you haven't forged your all relationships of a bodiless soul with the Father. It means that you have not yet imbibed the awareness of the form of the Father and the bodiless soul. Both Father as well as bodiless souls are bondage free by nature. We have not yet imbibed the awareness of the original qualities of Father and the bodiless soul. The first lesson is still weak. The first chapter of being soul consciousness is still weak. Bhagavad says the results. The practice of becoming detached from your body within a second, like a military marshal, just 1 second liberates you from all the bondages of your body in a second. As soon as you switch on your true consciousness, everything is burnt. Second. What did Baba say? As soon as you switch on your true consciousness, everything is burned. All these ropes are burned. You don't have to even cut them. Things can be transformed within a second through instruments of science. So, in so too with the power of silence. In spirituality, with the power of silence, and your all relationships with the bodiless one, that is the Supreme Father, all your bondages end. What would be said even now if even now you are still in the first stage of bondage to your own body? That you are still in the beginner's class? When some students are not very clever, they stay in the same class for many years. Therefore, this is the final period of this godly study, this godly university, or the godly school. If you are still trying to learn the first lesson of the relationships to your body, then just think what would be said to such students. In which line would they come, or which category would they come? In the line of those who attain everything, or those who simply observe? What did Baba Dada say? In the line of those who attain everything, or those who simply observe? They don't inculcate or imbibe anything or attain anything. So you are not still sitting in the beginner's class, are you? Is it easy to stabilize in an external religion or to stabilize in your original, your own religion? Your original religion is of being bodiless, that is, of remaining soul conscious. The external religion is to see the form of the body. So, which is easier? Babdada has asked this question. We'll all ask ourselves later on, which is easier for me, either soul? And if it is still difficult, why is it so? Do you experience everything to be easy according to your name, an easy Rajayogi, or in Hindi, Rajyogi? Or is there a difference between what you are called and what you actually do? Next paragraph. The second bondage is the bondage of the mind. Now Babdada is dwelling deep inside. From the body, now Babdada is shifted to the mind. The subtle bondages. The way to become free from this bondage of the mind, which is a subtle bondage, is to be constantly manmanabhav. Do you constantly experience this first mantra in your life? The first mantra in my life is manmanabhav. You should constantly belong to the one Father and none other. What does this mean, mantra? Constantly belongingness to the one Father and none other. To fulfill this first promise means to become liberated from all bondages of the mind. So, do you know how to fulfill your first promise? Do you only know how to speak about this, or do you also know how to fulfill it? To fulfill your promise means to attain everything. To fulfill promise means to attain everything, all attainments. In this too, check yourself to see to what extent we have become free from bondage. Are you constantly free from all attractions and only absorbed in the love of one? Are you constant and are you stable? These are the checking to see the aspects of the stage of the soul. Free from all attractions, only absorbed in the love of one, constant stage and the stable stage. Are you unshakable or mischievous? What would be said if even now you are mischievous? Even now, when it is a time of retirement stage, one pressed means beyond sound, you are still just a small child. How can there be mischief even at this stage? Are you still enjoying this childish stage? Childish stage means Babdada means mischievous stage, where we are not stable or constant in our stage. Have you attained your rights of a Brahmin? That is, of being a master almighty authority. When you have all rights, how can you still have any bondages of the mind or even the subtle bondages of the mind, or the body and or the mind? What is your practical experience? So Babdada says, Babdada knows the problems of the children. So Babdada gives the solution that to become bondage free from the mind and as well as the mind, body as well as the mind, constantly remember these three things: Trikaldarshi, detached observer, and the result of that of being an example, Drishtant Swarup, for the whole world. Constantly remember this stage, and you will constantly experience the stage of being free from bondages, and then therefore you will experience liberation in life. A lot of time for making effort has passed by. Baba says only a short time of the small period now remains. Check your result according to the time now. Not much of this period of the time for meeting remains. You have already heard a great deal. To hear means that you have been born as Brahmins through words and that you are therefore called mouth born children. You have been listening to this knowledge since you were born. And so, what do you have to do now? After hearing this knowledge, you have to become embodiments of the knowledge. This is why the last stage is of becoming an embodiment of awareness. To what extent have you attained this stage? Embodiment of knowledge, embodiment of awareness. What is the result of this season? Has it been simply to listen and meet and or to become equal? Love is proved by becoming equal. Love means to become equal. So you have to reach the stage that the Father would love you to have. You are loving to this extent, are you not? By keeping your perfect stage constantly in front of you, you will find it very easy to confront Maya. This is the result that Babdada wants to see. Confront Maya, easy to confront Maya. Maya proof. In order to retain this practical result, remember two special virtues. One is sweetness, and the second is humility, madhurta and namrata. By practicing these two special virtues, you will become a constant world benefactor, a great donor, and a bestower of blessings, and thus easily be able to prove your love. Prove your love means to become equal to the Father. Do you understand what you have now to do? This is what you have to do. However, you also have to let go something. So, what is that? Let go of something. Bhabdada is speaking. What do you have to let go? Because you are knowledgeable. The sanskars of devotion that you still have. What do we have to let go? The sanskars of devotion that we still have, of begging as a beggar, simply speaking praise of the Father, wandering everywhere with your minds and wasting your valuable treasures. Finish all these old sanskars for all time. Begging as a beggar, simply speaking praise of the Father and not actually inculcating or attaining them. Wandering everywhere with your mind. Mind is unstable, fluctuating, and wasting your treasures, time, virtues, and all the treasures. Finish all these old sanskars for all time. That is, you have to celebrate the final cremation ceremony of your old sanskars. So letting go will happen in the form of a final cremation ceremony. This is letting go. Do you now understand what you have to do and what you have to let go of? To be knowledgeable soul means to become victorious. Acha, to those, now let's all again listen to the blessings before we end today's this reading part. Then we'll reflect upon the Murli. To those who transform themselves in a second, to those who bring about world transformation through self-transformation, to those who are free from all types of bondages, bandhan mukt, and thus experience liberation in life, Jivan Mukti, to Bab Dada's loving children, that is, those who are going to become equal to him, to such victorious jewels, Bab Dada's infinite love, remembrance, and namaste. Om Shanti. So let's all take few moments of deeply reflecting upon these invaluable pearls of wisdom which Baba shared with us to be constantly victorious jewels. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Coming back to the session in the reflections stage, we all now can reflect upon our sharings, our experiences, practical experiences of the three stages Baptata spoke about, and the various methods, the two special qualities, and how to be, Maya proof, how to be free from all bondages, and how to experience liberation in life, how to become equal to Him, all these aspects. We all can begin maybe sequentially or whichever manner. I think first, in the order of the list of participants, probably we can request Vijit Bhaiji to share. Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So, Baba gave a very good technique. There are many techniques, like the one that struck me is this: how we can make our act pure, always pure. So the reason Baba says, all acts would always be pure. How we can make it pure is we have to stabilize ourselves in Trikaldarshi form stage, and when we do that and then perform action, then our actions will become pure. So the reason of a sinful action is that we are not stabilizing in that. So Baba says you stabilize yourself in Trikaldarshi and then perform action, and therefore your actions will become pure actions. Okay, so and Baba also says detached observer, detached, and then there won't be any sort of a binding to in any bondage of the karma. You will never be tying yourself in any sort of a karma that you perform. You can set yourself free from that.
Yeah, wonderful, Vijit Bhaiji. The three key stages which Baba spoke about: Vikaldarshi, detached observer, and being an example. Beautifully expressed. Uh, for that, I'll just read the chat uh, chat box. Am I free from I think this Girja sister has shared this chat. Am I free from all bondages? This is a checking point. Have I forced all relationship with the one? So, as a bodiless soul, yes. For this, I have to check: am I stable in my original religion or in external religion, detached from body first? Yeah, that's first lesson. Next, check bondages of mind, the magic mantra of Manmanava. Yes. Let's move on to the Ami Ben. Ami sister, would you like to share? Om Shanti. Balvinta sister, and let's share one point. And if you could be brief sharing, then everyone can contribute and reflect upon the sharing. Balvinta sister, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Bhaiji, and Divine Family.
Om Shanti.
My understanding is that in order to get liberation, true freedom during our life journey, I need to become 100% free from all desire, all bondages. So checking myself, do I still have some? Yes, of course. So how can I get rid of all those? How can I overcome those attachments? So my answer is that if I can focus on practicing combined state each second. So if I develop that habit, working during action, during every activity, being in a combined state, then it will help me to break all those bondages. I am working on myself. I have lots of achievements, but I will keep continue working until I break all of them. Thank you, Ji. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, sister, for sharing that. Wonderful. Chandrakala sister, you would like to share, and then Girja sister, please be standby. Chandrakala sister,
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti. Please share some aspect which you would like to share.
Yes, actually, when I come to know these worldly people, how they are, means, I mean to say is, because they doesn't have any godly knowledge, that the reason they are totally different from us. So that is the reason I'll manage myself detached from them, and always I'll be with the companionship of Father. So by the time I'll feel happy, I'll feel secure, I'll feel happy. So in that way, I'll make myself secure. So in that way, I'm away from all those bondages. Thank you, brother. Om Shanti.
True. Thanks for the wonderful sharing. We move on to Girja sister. You may like to share something. You have already shared a lot of things on chat box, but just one line if you want to sum up everything. What would that line be? Girja sister, you may share now. Om Shanti.
Uh, I was thinking deeply about this word, karma sambandh, karma bandhan. I think the whole Murli is just on that. The karma relationship and karma bandhan, they are for action. So if I understand deeply, is it a sambandh or is it a bandhan? Then I can think about how do I become an imeya agunmur.
Very true. Very nice. I think that you have summed up quite well. Bandhan and Sambandh. That's the key words. Moving on to Next, Galaxy M51. Name is not appearing. So may I request you to share, and then Kartika, when Kartika's sister maybe stand by. So who's Galaxy M51? Om Shanti. Meanwhile, Kartika's sister, may I request you to share any aspect which you like from the Murli, which or you have want to share. Radha Mani sister. Anyone may now share. We have a couple of minutes. You can all share very briefly one line if you want to sum up your experiences from this Murli, or how you are going to. What is the takeaway from the Murli in your own views? Padma Ben, Emila sister, Rachna sister. Okay, let me just ask questions. Uh, this Galaxy M51 and Kartika sister. Babdada has spoken about the two qualities, two qualities which, if imbibed, will be very beneficial. So, which are these two qualities? You may like to explain two qualities. One of them is sweetness. What is the other quality?
Humility.
Yeah, humility. How and are they interconnected? And how? What is the? How will it come? What is the purusharth the soul has to do to bring these two qualities? Means they are God gifted, they are by birth, or they are practiced? And if what practice needs to be done? Anyone who has not spoken may please share. Babdada spoke about first lesson, first chapter, which is the foundation of all these qualities. What is that first chapter or the first lesson? Which was the first lesson Babdada spoke about, which children are still, and Babdada gave example of a classroom where some children, they are, they're always passing and going to the next class, whereas few children, they are like in the same class for many years. So what was that first lesson or the first class?
Om Shanti, brother. Babdada speaking about that bodiless relationship. That is first lesson is not awareness about our Atma,
Soul consciousness.
soul
First
conscious.
lesson is I am a soul.
Still we are in the body conscious only. So Baba asking us not you are weak in the first lesson.
Yes, weak in the first lesson. So that once we become strong in this lesson, automatically the sweetness, humility, and the three stages, the special dharana will happen. Trikaldashi, Sakshi Drishta, and being example. Who has not spoken can speak now. Kartika sister, Radhamani sister, there's a huge list. Padma sister, Premila sister, Raki Ben, Sridhar sister, Sridhar bhai. May speak
Om
now.
Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
A tree
Kartika
full
Ben.
of fruits will always bend. That is humility always. So when we are full of praptis, all attainments,
Attainments.
that is when we are full will be humility. So we have to fill ourselves with godly attainments, knowledge, shaktis, guna, everything. That dharana will make us sweetness and humble also. So in
Yes, sir.
Satyug, all we are a sweetness. So that is soul consciousness that makes us Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti. Yeah, that's the first lesson, and that has to be practiced quite well. First lesson is the basis of all the attainments. So, okay. Anyone else has to share, or we move on to the meditation? We have 1 or 2 minutes. Sridhar bhai, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Bhaiji, I just wanted to
Yeah.
clarify one more point. When we say we need to become equal to Bap Dada, right? So my understanding is me as a true self is already equal to my father. I do not need to put any effort to become equal to him because I'm already equal to him. So
Yeah.
that my main focus, my main effort needs to be on myself only,
On your
paying
awareness.
on 100% attention on
Yeah.
my awareness.
Yeah.
Do I stay each moment in my
Yeah.
true self or I slip to false self? I think this is the point I'm catching. If I can pay 100% attention on
Yeah.
myself,
Yes.
am I in a true self or
Yeah.
am I slipping back to my old self? Am I correct?
Yeah. If you are in 100, yeah, you are right. You're because if you are focusing 100% on your now, this moment, then in this moment you will experience the liberation in life, because you are feeling you are equal to father in that in the incorporeal stage. But the first lesson, that's why Baba Dada says, first lesson, what's my original form, what's my original religion, what's my original attainments, everything. Once you are 100% aware of this, automatically you are embodiment of this, isn't it?
Yeah. So if I use the definition, like the soul definition is just a presence, right? Just a presence,
Yeah,
existence, my
be
existence.
100% Jagrit. Yeah, 100%. That's why I was saying, na, the Deepak, Atma Rupi Deepak, the
So my focus should
light
stay.
and
How can I stay conscious, awake all the time?
for the that's a constantly you have to practice that stage, because there will be a lot of forces which will take you away from this awareness and take you to the body awareness, body consciousness, and bodily relationships. So you have that yad, the yad is not stable. You will tend to start remembering bodily relation or your own body.
Okay.
So that's the deviation which happens. So
So
because we
would
are
you like to uh, share with me which practice should I focus on so I can stay conscious 24/7, or it is not possible?
for that, Babdada is given from today's Murli 100% relationships with the One Supreme, with Him. Just all relationships. Sigma I is equal to 1 to infinity. All relationships with one Father. Then automatically, because relationships, they pull the soul in that remembrance. The more. So have all
Then
relationship
then
with Him. Yeah.
then I find
Yeah.
difficulty traveling in a Lokik life, how to act and how to interact, because I'm not going to cut off from all the people.
There's no cutting off from the bodily way. It is cutting off from the intellectually way. Intellect is deeply in bond with the Father, and you are playing part. But you know that you are an actor, and you will go back after playing part, and go back to your own original home, and with the Father you will experience, so that deep inside you have this awareness. You don't have to, and you'll automatically experience those attainments of love, peace, purity, happiness, and that will you will share this in your part. While playing the part, you will reflect through your bodily actions these attainments. And that's the key.
Okay.
Your worldly relations will also become world class. You will be able to satisfy your children, your husband, your relations, relatives, friends, boss, subordinates, colleagues. Everyone will be happy with you. But only thing, the key is you should be having all relationships deep inside with the Father. You should be first on the world of happiness, unlimited happiness. You have to experience inside, then only you'll be able to. So that forging the bond with the Father, that's the first lesson. And that will happen only when you are equal to Him, the incorporeal, the original religion, and all that, soul consciousness. Then only we'll have all relationship with Him. Because how the bridegroom is, the bride has to be always like that. Bride has to adjust as per the bridegroom, isn't it? Here the Father is the bridegroom, God is the bridegroom, and the bride, we all are brides. So we have to become equal to Him. So that is the Purusharth. That's the first lesson. Become like Him. Then He will shower all attainments to you, to us. Om
Okay.
Shanti. I
Thank
think.
you. Thank you, Bhai. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
One more
So,
point, brother. So
yeah,
I
please.
think seeing every soul as a brother soul. So because our eyes are the thing which we betray most. So this practice also helps us to be in soul consciousness. So that light as a brother soul, each other as a point of light as a brother soul. So this
Yes.
practice also helps greatly to be in soul consciousness.
Yes. And we can practice, but we don't have to say all this. But we understand deeply inside that my husband is also a soul. He's
Yes.
soul, point of light. Look at him as a shining star on the forehead. And when we look at that shining star, then we are connected to the Supreme Father because He is the creator of all stars. And how wonderful this star is. So once you have this inner conversation with your own self, you don't have to speak. Automatically, the other soul. Please. So you will automatically draw the current from the Supreme, and you are giving that current to the other soul, maybe husband or children, and they will feel happy with it from you. They will receive that energy from you. That's a practice. So we move on to the meditation because we are running short of time. We'll just focus on the today's Murli, the the methods Baba has given us, shared with us in this wonderful classroom as a supreme teacher. So the first lesson is A for Atma. I am an Atma, the soul, not the body. I am the soul, not the bodily relations. I am the soul, not my mind. I am a soul, not the mind relations or the mind deviations. I am a constantly stable soul. I am incorporeal soul, not any kind of forms or the matter. I am an indestructible soul. I cannot be under influence of 5 elements, be it my own body. I am a Trikaldarshi soul who can clearly merge all the three aspects of time, the beginning, the middle, and the end, the consequence, the results, the final form, all three merged right now at this moment. I am a detached observer, observing very carefully in 100% awareness of who am I. I'm observing this limited drama, the limited world from a very high level, from the top, where I am one on one with the Supreme Father. I am a detached observer, and I can clearly see that I am an example through my inner stage. I am an example to all others. I'm working on my self transformation, the stage transformation, which automatically make me an example for the world transformation. The world stage is getting decorated through my inner stage. And this process is spontaneous, easy, natural. I am working on cutting the ropes of bondages of my body, bodily relations, and even in a subtle manner, my mind and the mind attractions. I am full of sweetness and humility. I am practicing the first lesson, irrespective of which class I am. The first lesson is invaluable foundation for my stage. I am practicing Man Manabhav to cut the ropes of the mind attractions. I am having 100% relationships with the Supreme Energy, Supreme Soul. And in the process, I'm receiving 100% attainments from Him. Because, and the more I am in relationship with Him, that less I am in any kind of bondages. Through this, I am experiencing to be a victorious jewel. I am in my best of remembrance, creating a powerful stage. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Over to you, Vijit. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Om Bai, for the wonderful session. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, all have a wonderful day.